the dream scenario may be playing out on Bitcoin. If you look at the Bitcoin chart, we're holding above this flag over here on the weekly close, which is exactly what we wanted. The stochastic RSI has turned and the two lines have crossed, and it looks like we're going to get that weekly close on Bitcoin, which is going to be amazing. And I tweeted earlier this week and I said, if we do get that weekly close on Bitcoin, we could actually go from 65,000 to 84,000 in the next 6 weeks, specifically if you look at the charts. But that's not the whole story. That's not the whole story, because on the one side, you do have Bitcoin looking very good. But if you look at the altcoins, it's not such a great picture today. They're not being as strong as Bitcoin is. And specifically, if you go to Banter Bubbles and you click on the meme coins, it's blood, okay? It's been absolute blood on the meme coins. I don't know if you guys saw, but WIF, which has been like the darling meme coin of the cycle, has had a massive correction. And now a lot of people are basically saying, look, it's the end of meme coins. And specifically, we spoke about something this week where we said that since the other coins recovered, the need to be in meme coins just hasn't been there, and a lot of interest has been lost for meme coins. So now the big question is this the end of meme coins? Is this the end of meme coins? That's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about whether this is the end of meme coins. We're going to be talking about the fundamentals behind meme coins, and then at the end of the show, we're going to get like really degen dirty. I've got some guests for us, which are going to be like really talking filthy degen Sunday meme coins. So let's get the show on the road. Sunday special show. Let's get going, guys. Tell you one thing, there's only one thing that could get me to the office to do a show on a Sunday, specifically on a Sunday with a GP, with a Grand Prix, and that is to come and degen dirty with you guys on Sundays, because this is like my favorite show. Doing the meme coin show is my favorite show. It's where we get like completely dirty. We talk about meme coins, we talk about which ones to buy, which ones to sell. It's unashamed. It's like one of those crazy things. Let me know in the chat if you guys watched the GP today, if you watched the Grand Prix. I don't know if you guys watched the Grand Prix. Lando Norris almost took Max Verstappen out. Don't know if you guys are big GP fans, but if you are, wonder if you watched it. Just a reminder that the Sunday shows are actually sponsored shows, and that's probably a good time for us to talk about our first sponsor today before we get into the alpha. Our first sponsor is Peng. They're not the first time that they sponsored us. This is one of our favorite meme coins. If you want to know what Peng is, you got to look at the backstory. The backstory is, I mean, pretty much Peng is like a derivative of Pepe, and where this team is actually going to win is they're going to win on their artwork. Their artwork is absolutely amazing. Like, the artwork is really good. You can see it here. You can see it in their website. You can see it all. I mean, this is where they win. They win on artwork. And you can see that they've been very active in crypto and out of crypto. They created this thing called Memecoin Summit, which was sponsored by Peng, which was amazing. They've also got a very good relationship with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the market maker. You can see this chart is starting to recover. Generally, one of the meme coins that I do think will actually make it into the second part of the cycle. That's what pretty much I think. Anyway, let's get into the show. Listen, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel right now. If you are subscribed to the channel, just smash the like button. You know, no one knows that we're here on a Sunday bringing you this weekend love and this, like meme coin wisdom. And today, we've really got a special show for you because not only, I see there's a lot of Verstappen fans here. Next week, I'm conflicted because I'm going to Monaco to watch the race. And I mean, I'm being invited by Red Bull, but I'm actually a big McLaren fan, like a massive McLaren fan. So a bit conflicted. I have to wear the Red Bull shirt, but you know how it is. Yeah, so there's been, I want to talk a lot about meme coins. I want to talk about the fundamentals of meme coins. I want to talk about why we have meme coins, and I've got a guest for that. And then later on, I've got two guests for you. Are going to help us make like really degen calls in the meme coin space. So subscribe to the channel, like the content. Let's get going. Let's look at where we're at. Let's quickly just look at where we're at. As I said, the dream scenario could be playing out on Bitcoin. I did say that, if we do break this level over here, which is this like wedge over here, and we continue with this bullish pattern, and you can see the stochastic RSI is kind of telling you that is what may happen. If you look at history, you could see that usually when we break those patterns for the next 6 weeks, we usually get like quite a violent upward movement. And if you measure it, if you're a chartist and you measure it, this move could take us up to like 85,000 in the next couple of weeks. So, I mean, something to watch here. It does look like the dream scenario may be playing out. For me, what I want to see now is I really just want to see us break the top of this level, which is around 74,000, somewhere around there. Because as we said before, we've been like trading in this range, right? And what I want to make sure is that we're not just approaching the top part of the range and then we're going to get rejected again and then keep chopping sideways like has happened in all the other halvings. So that's what I'm looking for here. I'm saying good that we've broken this level over here. For me, the perfect invalidation of the bearish thesis or the range thesis is we've now got to break above the all-time high, which is around 74,000. We do that, then it's Valhalla for me. Then I stick to the thesis that I actually tweeted, which is 85,000 in the next 6 or 7 weeks, if that happens. So that's what it is. But as I said, that's not painting the whole picture, because the problem is you look at the altcoins. Altcoins aren't having the best day today. So yes, they've been quite good this week. But today, the altcoins aren't having the most perfect day. And specifically, if you look at the meme coins are getting smashed. We spoke about this week because we saw signs of this. What we saw that as soon as the normal coins, not the normal coins, the non-meme coins, the layer ones, and that started to recover, what we saw was that the meme coins started to crash or to get hit. And this thesis continued in the week. If you look at the thesis in the week, what you'd see in the charts is you'd see that as the market continued to recover and the normal layer ones and the other altcoins started to recover, the meme coins actually recovered less and less. Someone else actually noticed specifically around Solana. He said, notice something interesting today. The last few days, as meme coins have been coming off, especially on Solana, it's been first material break in the meme coin Solana linear price action. There's been a linkage between Solana price being supported from the meme coin unwind. So almost saying like people are unwinding from the meme coins, going back into the main chain. And we saw that earlier on in the week when we looked at this tweet over here. So it's not the first time that we've been talking about it. Then something else happened. A lot of people started calling for the end of meme coins. So a crypto Donald says, I'm personally convinced that it's over for the memes. The rest of the market might get out of this okay, but I'm expecting the memes to get giga-rugged. Altcoin Psycho says, at some point, all this scattered attention will narrow via a flight to quality, which also means a meme coin sell-off. I don't think the cycle top is in, but I think the meme coin top is not far away. Meme coins are a gateway drug, not the end game. Study past cycles if you disagree. Then what we had WIF. And WIF had a bit of a collapse this weekend. You could see that like people were panicking about WIF. And I don't know, I was watching the on-chain data while WIF was coming down, and what I saw is exactly this. As the price came down, the holders actually got shaken out. So like holders started falling out of WIF, almost like dumping their WIF positions. Whales started selling their WIF positions. People are saying, I ironically believe this is the end for WIF. There are many coins that are just better memes, more widely recognized with higher potential. So people are completely capitulating, so to speak, on WIF. Yeah, so I think that's what's really going on. Look, it's not exactly all negative. I'll be honest with you. I think that there's a lot of positive stuff that has actually happened around memes. One of the things that I saw was Phantom, the Solana app, which is where we all actually trade our memes, breaks into the top 3 utilities at the App Store, apps in the United States. I mean, like that's a massive achievement. You also had Phantom now ranked as the #1 iOS app in Nigeria. Okay, so maybe Nigerians are trading meme coins, or maybe they're just trading Solana. But so nonetheless, not only that, it's not all that bad. Someone says, if you think the current blue chip memes are easily replaceable, then study Doge, Shiba, Floki. Current market cap. Study Pepe and Bonk revival from heads. Cannot see the current WIF sell-off as anything but a transfer of wealth from scared to the patient. So maybe that's the case. Someone says, anyone who's bearish memes here has probably missed the whole meme run in the first place. The front running of memes at the start of this cycle and the continuous meme bid throughout the cycle was incredibly easy to predict. This is a meme coin super cycle. Capitulate into blue chip memes now or cope harder later. So that's that. We also had the Van Eck launching their meme coin index, and we had institutions trading on memes. According to someone's quant, I don't know if it's even real, 40% of meme coin trading volume originates from institutions. You'll remember that on Friday we had a Friday banter, and those institutions or those funds specifically said, look, they're not holding any memes. They can't. It's not part of their mandate because they can't value them. So that is what's happening in the meme coin space. And I thought today we'd do something different. Usually we just get you and we have this filthy degen meme coin show where we just shill and everyone just comes here and shills bags and shills bags and shills bags. Today I want to go a bit deeper. Today, I want to talk about the fundamentals behind memes, why memes are actually here, whether memes are going to be a big part of the cycle or whether they're not going to be a part of the cycle. And when I want to talk about cycles and things like that, I need to get someone who really, really, really understands the cycles. And for that, there's only one go-to guy who really, really, really sees through the cycles, you know? And that is Suzu. Su, how are you, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic, sir, fantastic. So very interested to hear your take on meme coins, because you have been extremely bullish on meme coins. I've seen multiple tweets from you. You said, I think VCs within a span of 2 months have gone from laughing at meme coins to haughtily insulting them to realizing high FTV, low float meta is over. 95% of the coins underperforming the last month will never recover. So there's no one to buy unlocks. There's no plan. You've been very, very, very much a big fan of meme coins. Very keen to hear your take around whether this could be the end of the meme coin cycle or whether you think that the meme coin meta is here to stay.
I think the meta is definitely here to stay. I mean, I think just the fact that so many people are quick to announce the death actually shows that, you know, it's not really owned by that many people in CT. I think it's actually owned by a lot of kind of a wider base. And it's also something that it's like a pain trade. Like the pain trade is actually still higher on meme coins. I think that you know, I think it's only natural for there to be legs of like, you know, the main coin outperformance. I mean, I think the pump.fun downtime kind of made people take a bit of a break and then think, okay, now what? And I think that you know, Bitcoin's strength is generally correlated with, you know, meme coin underperformance, in my opinion, because, you know, the sort of the king is sucking back capital into the, you know, like the dominant one. So I think that, you know, Bitcoin and Solana kind of, you know, move similarly nowadays in terms of that like high beta, big cap kind of play. So I mean, but that doesn't mean the death of meme coins at all, in my opinion. Like I think it's just legs up, but I think that
let's go into a few things. So the first thing is I had a theory that the reason why meme coins got so popular was because the market was moving sideways. In a sideways market, you want to be in something that gives you that dopamine rush. Now, that's cool in the sideways market, and that's why memes did so well for the last 2 to 3 months, because the market was moving sideways and we couldn't get our dopamine anywhere else. But when you look at the last week or so, and you look at the move on altcoins in the last week, you all of a sudden had this revival of, let's call it the quality altcoins, like things like Phantom, things like Chainlink, things like Solana. Those are big altcoins. They were starting to give big returns, and they were starting to get those returns. You need to suck out capital. And the most logical place that capital came from was actually the meme coins, because that was like, if you want to call it like the garbage of the cycle, and I'm not saying the garbage, but you know what I mean, like the non-quality of the cycle, it would make sense that money would flow from the non-quality to the quality when the quality started moving, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's just natural rotational flow, I think. I mean, I think it's something where, you know, something outperforms for a very long time. If other stuff starts to move, fast money will try to catch the next fast move, right? So I think that's very, very natural. But I think that the fundamentals of meme coins are very, very strong in the sense that the mind share is very high, for one, and for two is like the question is how long can other coins sustain their pumps before the money rotates back. So I see it as like a kind of a, you know, like a seesaw effect. I do think it's worth noting that a lot of meme coins that have kept up or not fallen as much, I think that, you know, they will probably break out very hard as soon as, you know, Bitcoin takes a bit of a breather. Solana makes a bit of, I mean, I generally think that Solana going through 200 will still take some time. And I think that, you know, on a leg higher, there will be rotation back into meme coins. Because again, on Solana, the only thing you can do is buy meme coins. There's not that much you can do on the chain, right? It's not like Ethereum or Tron where you can like send stable coins around and do some DeFi or something. Like here, you're really just trading meme coins.
What is this meme coin movement? Like, how do you see this meme coin movement? Is it a cultural casino? Is it a cultural roulette? What is it? Like, for me to understand whether or not the movement is going to work or not, I really want to try and understand like the thesis behind it. Like, what is it? Why are we so obsessed with meme coins?
I think one of the main reasons is that Doge did so well last cycle. Dogecoin is the only coin to have ever, you know, made a new high versus Bitcoin across 2 cycles. No other coin has done so. And so that Shiba Inu last cycle as well did sort of a massive run. And I think that those two kind of created a very large cultural mind print where people are now like, okay, I don't actually have to read white papers. I don't actually have to study restaking. I can just literally buy what I think is cool, meme coin, and I might get lucky. So I think that is a very populist kind of element to sort of refusing to do research and just buying meme coins. I think that there's also a broader context, which is like, okay, this stuff is fair launched, liquidity is often locked, and so there's this idea that I won't get dumped on by VCs. So that's also a big thing, because they have been getting dumped on by VCs now in many coins. Some of them in an extremely obvious way. Like I think they're actually VCs learned a lot from like ICP last cycle, where ICP did a kind of a very extreme unlock structure, and it went from 500 to 10 kind of thing. And I think that this cycle, there's been something that I saw that and said, hey, why don't I do that also? So I think that now a lot of retail, a lot of people are like, I don't want to get dumped on, and at least in meme coins I won't get dumped on, or even if I do, it'll get dumped on at low levels, not high levels, so the risk reward is there, right? Whereas a lot of VC coins, the risk reward is just not there on an FTV basis. So there's kind of a protest of the fact that, I think 𝗙𝗘𝗦 had a great blog post today where he was talking about how, if you look at when retail is allowed, when the public market's allowed to buy a coin, now is by the time it's public, it's all self-flow. Whereas normally before, Ether launched at 20 million market cap, Solana launched at 25 million market cap. And so the market cap launch keeps getting higher, and the ability for retail to make money with that thing going up, it's keep getting lower. So I think in a way, it's a protest against that as well.
So how do you see this VC unlock game? Like I tweeted something on the weekend. I said, look, like this game of low FTV, low float, high FTV coins with aggressive unlocks. That's not, to me, it's not a sustainable game. I think it's very, very, very last season. It was, something that was created last season to create this fake scarcity, so to speak. I don't know. Today it just seems like more and more of a scam. It seems like retail's getting smarter and smarter, and they don't want to be dumped on by the VCs with a thing. First of all, is that sustainable? Second of all, how do we fix it? Do we just release all the tokens that need to be released, all the VC unlocks on the same day, and just let the market forces do its thing? Is it a sustainable model? I'd love to hear your thoughts about the problem, the core of the problem.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, if you look at the percent floats, it's been getting lower each year, right? It's been, in the past, 70% might be floated. Now it's probably like 20% is floated. And a lot of the reasons because VCs need the markup, especially on infra, because there's no adoption. They have to show that, okay, I'm up money, and then they try to raise a second fund. So I think the only way that snaps back is if they can't do that anymore. If LPs say, you know what, yeah, you marked it up, but I don't believe you. And then I'm not going to invest in your new fund until it's liquid. So that if that starts happening, then VCs are like, okay, well then I actually cannot. That model doesn't work. I mean, we're seeing signs of that happening now. I mean, I think the appetite for sort of long venture funds and crypto is getting lower now than last cycle. But I think that the other problem is, I think if you made it fully liquid, what would the valuation be? So infra coins want to be high valuation, often because they need to give incentives out, like eco incentives. So if you're Blast and you let your token trade and it's actually 2 billion, that's very annoying versus if people think it's worth 20 billion or 10 billion, right? Because now people think they're earning lots of stuff that's worth a lot of money. If they knew that they weren't, or if they thought they weren't, then the adoption would be less. So there are reasonable reasons why infra coins want to have the highest valuation possible. It's because you're giving out the stuff. It's a bit like stocks, right? In the stock market, in private stocks for stock options, you want to give your employees shares, and you want to say, hey, this company's worth billions of dollars already. These shares you have are worth a lot. So I think that dynamic is going to still continue, even though it's causes people to get dumped on.
But how can it continue if there's no buyers? Like if retail's getting smarter and smarter, and I think you tweeted about it, and we've been looking at the charts, right? Like there's no one buying these. There's no one buying these tokens. I think I think this was one of your tweets where you said like I actually want to see what these Eigen I mean, who's going to buy this shit? Honestly, who's going to buy? Everyone knows the game now. Yeah. Everyone knows the game's rigged. Who's going to buy it?
But the thing, of course, I mean, and definitely, but the thing is, a lot of these projects, like they're not high quality enough to do it the normal, like to do it make everything liquid way, because it would just go down so much. So even as bad as it is this way, the alternative is even worse for them still, because it's not like, I mean, it's very very kind of like easy to say, okay, like everyone just do it like Solana or do it like Ethereum, just like let everything go liquid and then just like have it trade up 100x and get everyone rich. Like a lot of these are not that high quality of products and projects. So if you're something where, you know, if you're a founder, even if you can only get out at like a much lower price, it's still more than it's worth. So you know, for them, it's like, okay, it's kind of a gamble to see, can I get someone to buy my things at ODC at a discount before the unlocks, even if it's an 80% discount, 70% discount, at least I got out, right? Whereas if I let it trade fully liquid, then I have no chance of getting out. So I think that, you know, that is the game being played in a lot of these cases, and that's why, you know, I think Tarun, he noted in that tweet, like there's a lot of ODC trades being blocked this cycle, which is not the case last cycle, where founders don't allow team to sell. They don't allow investors to sell, but they can try to sell. So I think that it's really a mad rush for liquidity in a lot of cases.
But there's no buyers.
Kind of
but there's no buyers. Like it's a mad rush for liquidity.
That's right.
The majority of the buyers, the majority of the retail liquidity is going straight into meme coins. So would you say that in an indirect way, this is the equivalent of what Roaring Kitty is doing for stocks, liquidating their hedge funds and basically, you know, making them look bad? You could say that retail buying meme coins is doing the same for the crypto funds, right? Because if they can't raise another fund because there's no one to buy their bags to make them look good on the markup basis, effectively, if this continues, their ability to raise more funds is going to be greatly diminished, and retail would have actually done a very good job creating a dent in that industry.
I think so. I think that that's kind of already happening, and that's why you've seen a lot of angst around that in the VC space, and they're warning that, you know, well, founders won't want to build anymore, that kind of stuff. I disagree there, because I think that right now, you know, everyone's been wondering, why do we need so many chains? Why do we need so many layers of this and that? And the reason is because those get the highest valuations on paper. And so if those stop getting the high valuations on paper, I think funds will still exist, but they'll just start funding like applications, which are much needed, right? I mean, think about just number of usable applications in the space. It's not going up that much, while, you know, infra keeps going more and more, and the same games are getting played on many different chains. And so I think that there's just going to be a reconfiguration of what people think can get built and can get monetized out at. So,
and maybe lower valuations all around. I think one of the things that I'm starting to see is that, you know, the guys can't raise it at these crazy valuations. People, you know, like, you know, getting 3 billion valuation before you even come on market. Just, we didn't see that last cycle. I don't remember any token in the last cycle that came on that was doing raises at 2 or 3 billion before the public round. So at least there was some meat on the bone for the retail investor when the tokens actually launched. Now it almost feels like the VCs are eating all the meat on the bone, and they're trying to throw bones to the retail, and the retailer is saying, look, you know, you fooled me once, you fooled me twice, you fooled me 50 times. You can't fool me again.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this cycle, the game is even different, right? Because they want a very high valuation before, let's say, public rounds, because they want to give you points, and they want to tell you, well, these points are worth a lot. And the best way to convince you they're worth a lot is if the round is worth a lot, because they'll say, well, because the round is worth a lot, the points are, you know, you're getting something really valuable here. So please give me TVL, please give me fees, please trade. And so, you know, that's why we've seen a number of protocols where as soon as the points get converted to token, there's like the token's down like 95%, right? And then, you know, in other cases, that doesn't even convert to a real token, right? It becomes a non-transferable one, which is basically not a real token still just points. But, you know, so that meta actually is, you know, that will only stop when people stop putting TVL into things that they, you know, don't really understand, or that, you know, so that may not stop. So even if they can't sell, products may still raise at high FTVs, or they may try to, if they think that will cause people to give them TVL, to give them fees. So, I mean,
I'm losing Stu. I don't know if you guys are losing him.
That there's no alternative. It's been.
Stu, we're losing you. I don't know if you can hear me, but we are losing your picture. Let's try and get Stu back here,
for this game, right? So ones that are.
Okay. There we go. I think we're going to get you back now. Just count to 1. Just count to 5. Let's see if we got you live. I think we've got
I'm
Sue
here.
back. Okay, amazing. So I want to ask you a question around Solana and Ethereum. So you said something that was very interesting. You said like meme coins all on Solana. The only thing you can do on Solana is meme coins. Does that mean that if we top out on the meme coin cycle, that you see maybe a top of the Solana versus ETH cycle? And also, that ETH hasn't had the best time, so to speak. Like, ETH had a rough time. I think now it's pretty clear that the ETF isn't going to be approved. Kind of feels like maybe, I don't know, to me, from a sentiment point of view, seems to me like sentiment around ETH is probably bottoming. But I mean, I've said that like 5 times this year. So, I mean, it's probably just another bottom of the ETH sentiment. Keen to hear your views. Like, would you be looking at ETH now, or would you still be looking at Solana?
I think it makes more sense to look at ETH now. I think if you look at ETH NFTs, they've also bottomed. And I think ETH sentiment has bottomed on low volume. So, like there's no worse for it to go, right? You got people getting mad at 𝗙𝗘𝗏 for not tweeting. He's on Farcaster. You got people like saying it's 𝗧𝗥𝗏𝗡𝗧, gas is going to 0. No one knows how to use the chain. So it can't get any worse than that. And so I think that's good. I do think Solana fundamentals on usage and user base is much stronger than Ethereum, and in very dangerous ways for Ethereum longer term. I mean, it's anyone's guess. Like honestly, like I don't think I predicted it super well the last few weeks. Like, I actually thought Ether would start rallying, like more, going into a denial, because I think it's gonna get front run. But I think that Bitcoin's also just very strong. It's hard to rally versus Bitcoin because the inflows are massive. It's also hard to rally against Solana because the inflows are massive. So it's just the 3rd fastest horse, right? So maybe 4th fastest, because BNB launch pools also pay you a lot of interest. So it's just one horse among many that's not very fast, I guess.
If I gave you $10,000, I said that you got to put your money on one chain. Your time frame is 18 months. Would you put your money into Sol, or would you put your money into ETH? 18-month bet.
18 months from now, I would do ETH.
You would do ETH. So you think that ETH in the next 18 months will outperform Solana in the next 18 months?
I think so.
Okay, wow. I've actually taken the other side of that bet. I've actually shorted ETH and I've gone long, short ETH, long Sol. So, I mean, wish me luck on that trade. I do want to ask you another question about specifically around memes. So I looked at the memes and I looked at what a meme has to do to survive. And what I realized was that if you look at the memes that have survived multi-cycles, what you've got is you've got Doge, you've got Shiba, and you've got 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Those are pretty much the 3 memes that have survived multi-cycle. The thing with those memes is that they're no longer memes, right? So like if you think about Doge is not so much a meme anymore as much as it is a payment platform that may be integrated into Twitter, as teased by the richest man in the world and also now the owner of Twitter. Shiba is by no means just a meme anymore. They've got the L2 and they've got Shibarium and I don't know what else. I don't follow the token. Then you got 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is again like there's a whole lot of use cases. My big question is whether a meme, not even a meme coin, but a meme and then a meme coin can actually survive for longer than one cycle, unless it introduces utility. So like, the way I see it, and I said it on Friday on one of our shows, I said, to me, like if I think about successful crypto projects, they've always got 3 things. They've got technology, casino, and religion. And usually what we get, like things like, for example, Starknet came on with technology and now is trying to find casino and religion through applications and community. Memes have got casino and religion automatically built in, and then they just need a product. And so like my question is, are memes just a reverse entry into the market saying, look, we don't really have technology, but we're marketing experts. We can get a community, and then we're open for business and we're looking for use cases. Maybe just like a backdoor into the market, so to speak. Or do you think that a meme can actually just survive multiple cycles and we just haven't had that meme?
I mean, I think to the extent that there's utility on meme coins, it's not very high. It's not a lot. It's more kind of a meme within it's just like a meme within a meme in many cases, right? Like for instance, like Doge. I mean, I think they paid the Jamaican bobsled team or something, or like maybe they sponsor a car or something in NASCAR. So it's like, is it adoption? Is it utility? It's hard to define it. Like I don't think it's a high percentage of the value. I think that we will see, because of how many roll up as a service or like infra stuff. I do think it'll be very easy for meme coins to launch chains and stuff. So I think Ticker Bitcoin launched the chain recently as well using 𝗙𝗘𝗟𝗟𝗪, I think. And I think that'll just all happen. But I think that the most important thing is that the community part, like you said, and then I think utility, any minimal utility is fine. Like community is enough of a utility in and of itself, right? If you have a group of people you think it's funny, you post some funny stuff around, like that's entertainment, right? So
I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to get a massive meme community actually do something amazing technologically. I don't think that the meme community will do it themselves. I think what they'll do is they will team up. So I think, like, for example, let's just say someone who's got a new piece of technology to launch and is looking for religion will come to a meme project and say, listen, you guys have like the best holders in the world. You guys are this very vibrant community. They fit my use case very, very, very well. Let me reverse list this technology into your platform. And I think that will become the ultimate use case for memes, where people say memes are a way to create community, and then technology companies can reverse list technology into meme communities, and that's, to me, is going to be the killer application of meme coins. I don't think we'll ever get a meme coin that will just last for 3 cycles. No one's going to give a shit about a dog with hat 3 cycles from now. No one's going to give a shit about Popcat 3 cycles from now. I think it's going to be they've got to harness the strength of the community if they're going to get anywhere. That's my thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're not wrong. I mean, I think that the question though is like, how do you, like, I mean, I don't think the tech will be very good. Well, like, I think as much as Elon has even teased like Doge, it's still not really, I mean, and I love Doge, but I think it's still not really going to be like that high adoption, because it's just the kind of thing where almost the idea of the meme coin having adoption is what you need. You don't want it to actually go full adoption, because then people get disappointed. So you almost like the idea of like, it's like a Xanadu. It's like a thing far in the future saying, if everyone is using Doge for payments or for like, micro tipping, whatever bots, imagine, and that's enough. Just the imagining of it is enough. You don't want to actually do it too far, because the thing is, like, tech team is like, if you're a really good tech team, you want to make money yourself. You're not going to make that much money like doing it for a meme coin. You're going to launch EigenLayer yourself. You're going to launch like so it's, I think it's both ways. It's the idea of something huge in the future is enough for a meme coin community.
Okay, I mean, look, let's see how the cycle plays out. Any meme coin narratives that you're looking at, like any meme coin narratives that you're looking at right now? Like, for example, I'm looking very much at the election narrative. We know we've got the Trump-Biden debates that are happening in a couple of weeks. Like, to me, that's like one narrative that I'm looking to go all in on. Like, that's my. I
think so. I'm a very high conviction on Trump token, MAGA on Ethereum. I think it was starting to get traction last December, January, but it's gone on a big run, right? It's up 30x already, but I think it's got a lot of room. I mean, you look at Roger Stone, Trump's biggest, one of his biggest political strategists, is, a big fan of it. He's got skin in the game. You got a lot of like MAGA guys on podcasts talking about it every day. I believe the campaign donates to, the team or the devs, they donate to the campaign itself actually as well. So it's just like a very nice alignment where the beauty of crypto is that, like, who's to say which is the real Trump coin? If this is the most liquid one and the highest market cap one, it just becomes the real one, right?
I want to show you.
I think a lot of normies will.
I want to show you a few things. So I did like a little analysis. It's not a very deep analysis, but I took all the dog coins and the cat coins, and you can see the percentages that they went up or down this week, and then very low. And then I took the actual Politify coins, so MAGA, Boden, Trump, Horan, huge. I even took another one. I mean, I seen one that I like. So I saw this one, Nancy Pelosi. So I think Nancy is going to do like amazingly well. For me, I'm starting to position myself into all of these coins. It's just for the next month. It's just like for the next month. I think that this Politify narrative is going to be amazing. I think people will trade out of dogs and cats, and they'll trade into Nancy Pelosi or one of the other Politify coins. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first debates coming will be huge. I think Trump's already talked specifically about crypto political coins, and so I think that it's going to be insane.
Any other narratives that you're looking at? I mean, Politify is one of them, that's for sure.
I mean, I think outside of POLKE, the other stuff, I agree, it's going to consolidate. I think it's a little bit crowded. I think stuff on Friendsec it's good to watch. I think it's you've seen some meme coins there. There's one called like Hog, like Crank My Hog or something, or Hog McCrankerson. I don't know if you've seen it. It's quite early still. It's like 1 mil market cap, I think. But
wow.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I think like there's gonna be some money club on Friendsec that's gonna go up like 20x. I think that's probably the most likely one. I think you know, I think Ethereum-based meme coins are still going to be the strongest for the next couple weeks, because I think Pump.Fun has introduced a lot of new like novelty into the market. Just so it's like it's going to be hard to create like a focal point pump. I think also because I think Ansem is, you know, he's a great guy, but I think people are a bit scared right now on the antics. So I think it's I think the WIF sell-off is actually at least 30% just due to that. So I think
let
that,
me ask you,
Solana sentiment.
Let me ask you a question about Ansem. So how relevant do you think Ansem will be in the next cycle? I mean, you could say that this cycle he is the king of culture. You could say that he's, you know, he's the guy. I mean, I've been here for a couple of cycles, and you always have the guy in every cycle. Like you always have the main character in every cycle. And I don't know, the market has a very elegant way of flashing out the guy in the first cycle to the guy in the next cycle. And if I look back at, you know, at multiple cycles, I don't see many the guys, main characters that have actually been main characters in multiple cycles. My prediction is, and don't get me wrong, I think he's a great guy and I think he's very tapped in, but my prediction is that he's not going to be that relevant next cycle.
I mean, it's very rare for anyone to be relevant across more than 1 or 2 cycles, right? I mean, even for the biggest, I mean, a lot of the reasons is, one is people just retire. 2 is like, it's hard to be in the core meta in 2 cycles in a row. Also, that's just very tiring, I think. So I think it's for all those reasons. But I think, you know, it's hard to say as well, because I think if this is the final cycle and the super cycle, then it never ends.
ETH, you mentioned you think the meme coins on ETH will be stronger. Is that, I mean, it's very hard to trade meme coins on ETH. So you think that people are just going to buy them and hold them?
It's very hard.
You think people will just buy them and hold them?
I think Pepe is kind of proving that. I mean, they're going to trade them in CC5 as well. But you know, I think it's very hard to launch meme coins on ETH. So there's just like there's no new ones almost, which is kind of funny. I mean, it's nice in a way, because it means when they do, you know, I have this prediction that Ethereum people are going to get their act together. They're going to realize that they put all their coins in one pool and then give themselves fake points that no one cares, and their coins in a dump. So I think ETH whales are going to start buying their own meme coins, and they're going to realize that if you just do this for a month, then ETH will finally pump versus Bitcoin and versus Solana. So I think they're going to wake up and they're going to do this. I hope they're listening and they're going to do it. But I think that's actually the only way, because really, you put all your coins in a box, no one gives a shit. Absolutely no one cares. If you actually like buy the coins on your chain, then they'll care. So.
What do you think of Roaring Kitty coming back? I mean, do you think that that's a significant like moment in the meme coin world, or is it just going to pass?
I think the moment, I mean, GameStop is dumped back to where it was. So I don't know. It does show the pent up demand and the populism out there. At the same time, it could have been that he cornered it, or he bought a bunch over like half a year and now he's dumped it. I mean, it's hard to say, but I do think that a lot of these people, after they look at it, maybe that they're going to go toward crypto, because they're going to be like, okay, that didn't work. Let's like see what else I can buy that will pump. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think Rory, I didn't realize that he could make it pump that much. I don't even think he realized it, because it actually is quite, I mean, it went from 16 to 75, right? I think that's actually, it's too much. It's too much. I don't know if anyone got squeezed on it, but you know, the company can issue shares. So if you're sitting there and someone just pumps your stock 5x, you're gonna issue shares. Exactly. You're gonna issue more shares and dump on everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he planned that, because it's pretty stupid if he planned that. But I think he just like had a fun moment maybe, or maybe some I heard some people say maybe some funds bought the account, cornered the market, and then they released these videos and then they just dump. You know, it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Stu, listen, buddy, it's been amazing having you on. We're going to get to the next part of the show, which is like the real dirty degen. It's like, we go filthy. Feel free to join us from the back and just watch what we're doing, and take a shower afterwards, because it's really degen. So good to have you. Your wisdom is absolutely amazing. And also much love from the Banter fam. Thank you, brother. So guys, that's Stu. And also, you know, he was talking about meme coins on ETH. So one of our sponsors is actually a meme coin on ETH. And actually, like, I don't know, I fucking love this one. This one I really fucking love. And the reason why I love it is what it is. This is Trump's hat. So you know the Make America the MAGA hat. So it's one of our sponsors. It's a meme coin on ETH. It's called MAGA. It is about Trump's hat. That's what it is. It's the only real hat on ETH actually. You can see it's launched a couple of days ago. It's launched on the 16th of May. So how many days? That was 3 days ago. Got a market cap of 25 million. This is an ETH meme coin. So remember, it's not the thing. The real contract code is below if you want to get involved in it. The hat stays on. It's the only hat. It's Trump's hat stays on. That's the one that I mean, look at the artwork. It just I think Trump's going to keep wearing this hat. I think this Make America Great MAGA hat is going to be amazing. So I think it's going to be. I think this one is actually maybe one to look at. Again, it's on ETH. It's not on Solana, so it depends. Kind of like depends what your flavor is. I know most of you are actually absolute meme coin on Solana DJs. So this one is an ETH DJ. You can't trade it like crazy people. All right, let's get into the next part of the show. Now I got to warn you. Parental guidance is advised. This is where it gets dirty. It gets filthy. We got two guests on today, right? Who we got? Oh, we got Crash and Print My Mint. Welcome, guys, for the next part of our show, the Let's Get Dirty part of our show. Crash, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. And then we got a new guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, give some love to what Print My Mint. Is that right? Can we hear him? Maybe he's muted. Print, if you can hear us, let us know, sir.
What's going on?
Oh, there we go. All right, guys, let's get down and dirty, DJing. Wondering if you guys
from my man.
Are you guys going long the Polidify coins? Are you guys bullish on?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. Can you hear us, sir? Okay, Print, can you just exit and come back? I think we've got a delay on your sound. Meantime, Crash and I will carry the stage here. If you could just leave and then just come straight back. The guys will get you back on the stage.
Cool.
I don't know if you can hear us, Josh. Yeah, you can. It's very delayed. I think he must be very far away, somewhere far away.
I think there's a little lag.
Yeah, maybe if you could just leave and come back. And then that will sort shit out. There we go. Crash, while I've got you, let's talk a little bit about being DJ dirty. Let's talk about a little bit about being DJ dirty. Are you longing these Polidify coins?
So only one political coin that I'm in right now, which is Conan. That's Donald Trump's dog.
Yes.
I think since we last shared that, I think it went up like 10 or 20x after the last show. And now it's kind of pulled back. It's been flooring out. And so now it's just, you know, Sue said it himself, right? The idea of, for example, Dogecoin being integrated into payments and being used to buy Teslas in the future, right? It's the future speculation is plenty enough to actually drive the price. And so with, you know, Donald Trump's dog, everyone has that future speculation that as you get closer to the election, more people will buy Donald Trump's dog.
So Conan is actually on ETH, right? I'm looking at the Conan chart. This is Conan on ETH.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so wow, a lot of the Polidify coins are very much ETH coins. They're not Sol coins, right?
I think it's a mix of all chains, really. But then, okay, that's the thing. If there's so many political coins, you got to really narrow down to the top three, I feel like, because the top three of anything will get majority of the money flow. It'll always, you know, go to the highest, you know, market caps. So that's always my focus is like, what can I find that will make it to the top three? And right now, as you've seen, the Trump coin is at like, what, 300 million plus. So I feel like I have a better bet here with Trump's dog at 7 million, you know, and that has a chance to be a top three political coin, you know.
Fair point.
I think this one's a winner.
I think you're speaking very much like the retail investors where they're saying, look, fuck, I don't want to buy something at $360 million market cap. I want to buy something at $3 million market cap. I want to ride it up to $361 market cap. Print My Mint, do you have any favorite Polidify coins? Because tell you, I found two that I'm loving. 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓 is my. This one is I bought a whole lot of 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓s because I just think 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓 is going to get destroyed in the debates. I also think I must say one of our sponsors, the Trump hat on ETH. I think that this could be a good one. Print Moment, what do you think? Are you looking at any of the degen meme coins for the election? Seems to be very far away, Josh. Does he know we can't read typing? Can you hear us, Print? Let's give Print one more chance. Print, can you hear us, sir?
Yeah, I have a bag in the Trump hat. I actually caught it pretty early on my channel. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir. We can hear you now. But I don't know how much delayed it is.
You guys hear me?
I think he's calling us from Mars. We can hear you.
I can hear you, yeah, but
okay, can you hear us, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, amazing. So
Can you hear me?
Are you holding any POLKE coins? Okay, I think we must carry on just with Crash. Josh, if you could just give us
I
the.
think there's a.
Oh, there we go. Hold on, the alpha's coming.
You guys hear me?
We can, sir. We can. Tell us about the POLKE coins.
Okay, yeah. So I have a bag. I have a big bag.
Keeps teasing us.
Yeah, I have a bag in MAGA, the hat, the sponsor you guys have. I think it's.
All right, Josh. I think we need to just let's just keep Crash, and if you could just give us two guests, please, sir. There we go, Crash. So let's carry on. We couldn't hear Print, unfortunately. He was very delayed. Sounds like he was on another planet. What else are you looking at, sir? What else are you looking at? Are you looking at like country meta or celebrity meta coins? Like I saw some country meta coins launching the other day. Saw some celebrity meta coins launching. I saw the Zach Morris coins. I just like, is that a narrative for you or not really?
No, not for me. I'm not too interested in that. My whole thesis going into this cycle is I'm trying to get into number one meme coin on each blockchain that I'm bullish on. So for example, I know you're incredibly bullish on Telegram's network. So obviously, the number one meme coin on that blockchain should do incredibly well. Yeah.
Who is the number one meme coin on Base now? And the reason why I ask you is I know you were incredibly bullish on Base Brett. But then I know there was like a whole lot of controversy where there was an article that came out and said that the insiders held 80% of the coins. Not sure why that's relevant because truth is every meme coin is exactly the fucking same. They all get sniped at the launch. Everyone knows that. That's why we launched GUMMY, to teach people exactly what happened. But I mean, do you still think that is like the number one meme coin on Base? Is that like the winner on Base?
Undoubtedly, it is not even close. Brett is by far the number one meme coin on Base. And that is exactly why I think it's going to a 10 to a 20 billion plus market cap. I can break down some numbers. It's incredibly easy to see why that is not hyped up moon boy numbers. Like these are real, numbers here. I'm not sure if you can see my screen.
Let's get your screen on. I can get your screen on in one touch of a button. Okay, but maybe two touches of a button. I can't see your screen.
Oh, you can't?
Hold on. Do I need to do anything, Josh, or is it going to happen? Okay, I don't see him. Hold on. One sec. There we go. We got your screen, sir. Okay, show us.
Yeah. So basically, Solana, when Solana hit 85 billion, we've seen Dog with Hat hit 5 billion market cap as the number one meme on Solana. So basically, the number one meme on that chain became 5.88% the value of the chain. We saw SHIB last bull run in 2021. It hit 40 billion when Ethereum hit 540 billion. So once again, the number one meme on its blockchain became greater than 7.4% the value of the chain.
Yes.
And so when I look at Brett, then I just have to determine what do I think the value of its blockchain will be. Well, I think that Ethereum is going to go from 540 billion to a $1 trillion market cap this cycle, right? Which is around a $9,000 Ethereum. I think it's pretty reasonable, a simple 2x, from last cycle. And then I think basically since Base is the number one layer 2 blockchain in the world, what percent or what market cap do I think that'll be? I think it's going to be 10 to 20% of Ethereum. So then I think Base is going to be $100 billion to a $200 billion market cap. And now I can determine then what the number one meme coin on that blockchain should be worth, you know, given that this is a relevant blockchain that has a lot of upside and is going to do really well, like we saw Ethereum last cycle, like we've seen Solana, and now I think Base is going to be that next ecosystem that you want to bet huge on. And so if that ecosystem, if I'm right, that Base is $100 billion to a $200 billion ecosystem, and we take what the percentages of the number one meme coins have done on Solana and Ethereum, then you're looking at like a 5 to a $20 billion bet, basically. Here's the thing, though. These are the percentages we've seen so far, right? But keep in mind, this last cycle, right, SHIB hitting 7.4%, that was when the meta last cycle really was layer one blockchains, all these VC blockchains that everyone was buying, that everyone was getting into. That was a layer one bubble. I think this cycle we're going to have a meme coin bubble, meaning these percentages happened in the layer one bubble. I think you're going to see these percentages are going to actually increase to 10 to 15% the value of their blockchain, maybe even 20%, because we're going to be in a meme coin bubble. And so in that case, if you take 10 to 20% of this, you're actually getting a 20 to a $40 billion bet, for example, you know?
Okay. I mean, so look, I think I agree with you on the principle. I think I agree with you on the principle. I'm not sure I agree with you on the numbers, but I do agree with you on the principle. So let's go through the chains. Like Solana, what's your bet on Solana? Is it like WIF? Is it what's your trade on the Solana blockchain?
Solana and print here has been in PONKE since day one. And by the way, last time we came on the show with you, right here, we mentioned PONKE, and it's, congrats to everyone who was in on that, up over 5-6x there. So I actually think that PONKE is going to flip WIF this cycle, right? So obviously WIF became 5.8% of Solana as the number one meme. I actually think PONKE will flip them. And I think right now, especially, we're at an interesting point where a lot of people are starting to think, wait a minute, you have PONKE at 174 million, or you have WIF at around 2.4 billion last I checked. Yeah. And people are starting to think like, well, they have the same market maker, which is Wintermute now, right? And people are starting to think, well, I think PONKE is a way better bet now. And so I think you're about to see PONKE is going to outperform WIF by a lot, and it's going to start to close the gap. So you see WIF is at 2.4 billion. Dude, we may check in a month or two, and PONKE may be at 1 billion and WIF may be at 2.8 billion or 3
Interesting.
billion. So
why have you chosen PONKE as your number one Solana meme coin? Like I respect that, and PONKE has been one of my bets. But I'm interested to know why, of all the tokens, you said that this is going to be the winner on Solana.
Exactly. So to me, this was a very magical time when PONKE launched, which was really what I consider the true beginning of like Solana's bull, like in meme coin, like just ecosystem just coming to life. It was when PONKE launched. And so to me, I have a feeling as well as like a memory of how that entire Solana blow up came together for meme coins. And to me, PONKE was that entire just like represented. It was the representative of that just beautiful blow up for Solana. So then I see I think
GUMMY beats PONKE, but I'm biased. I've got to be honest. I'm biased. But I also know what's happening in GUMMY. I say GUMMY beats PONKE, but let's see. In the long term, I can't tell you in the short term what would happen. All right, tell me about, so Resistance Dog, your best meme on Telegram, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's on a nice pullback right now. But once again, if we follow, like you said, you don't agree necessarily with the numbers with me, but you agree with the principle, which is the number one meme coins on these blockchains becoming greater than 5% the value. And so I think TON is at around a $25 billion market cap. Let's actually go see right now. It's around 22 billion. So if the number one meme coin on its blockchain becomes greater than 5% of that, then you're looking at a $1 billion plus market cap Resistance Dog. So that's over a 20x plus from here pretty easily, assuming my principles continue to be true. Or basically, I mean, that's the thing, right? Telegram is going to be an incredibly fast growing blockchain this cycle, and so whenever you have a chain that's getting a lot of attention and hype and new users, then a lot of times when they come over to the blockchain, let's be real, are they there for the tech? Are they there for this and that? Some people are, but the reality is one of the most popular activities when someone gets over to a new blockchain is to bet on the meme coins there. And so obviously a lot of people are going to bet on the number one meme coin.
All right, so Brett on base, PONKE on Solana, Resistance Dog, Redog on Telegram, Pepe on ETH, I take it?
Yeah, Pepe on ETH for me.
Okay, Pepe on ETH. Let's go into the other blockchain. So, what, like, is there a meme coin that you like on Sui yet? Is that, or am I jumping the gun?
So I am fairly bullish on Sui as a blockchain, and I do believe I have a hunch or kind of know what might be the number one meme there, but I don't even think I don't know. I think it's too early really for there, and also when I chains, by the way, I don't want to bet on blockchains that I don't think are going to do incredibly well. And so to me, like, I've just obviously narrowed it down to where I believe like Telegram's blockchain and Base are going to be the two biggest and just emerging superpower chains this cycle. And so I'm super focused on those, but then I'm just subjectively looking at these, like obviously Polkadot. Do we really think they'd ever have an incredibly successful meme coin? I don't think so, because no one ever is going to go to that blockchain really. No one uses or cares about that. Right.
Yeah.
So that's because if you want your meme coin to do really well, you need a blockchain that's going to actually be doing well, that's going to be getting more users and attention. You want a blockchain because if you have the blockchain right, then it's going to make the rest of the things easier, like the transition from people actually getting to that chain and then actually buying the number one meme coin. The more bullish the blockchain, the more bullish that meme coin is going to be on that chain, right?
All right, listen, before I let you go, bro, give me one big call for the week. One dirty degen. Everyone's going Krody. What's Krody? Where have I been?
Krody is Drake's cat. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. I'm Boomer, bro. I'm buying Boomer on base because I'm Boomer. I'm like 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗏. Like, I'm Boomer on base, bro.
Okay, so yeah, Krody is Drake's cat. I mean, I think when you ask people, because I don't know if you listen to Drake at all. I'm not a huge Drake fan at all, but like, he sings his cat's name in the songs, which also it's just a Canadian slang term as well, right? But basically, you look at these other cats which have run, and if you ask the typical normie, hey, what cat do you know, Pop Cat or Krody? A lot of people will be like, oh, I know Drake's cat. Yeah, he's rapped about his cat. Like, I know the cat from the songs. And also Drake has posted his cat on his Instagram stories. So when you're looking at the cat, meme coin race, I think a lot more people know what Drake's cat is opposed to some of these other cats, which are doing incredibly well. And so it's kind of like the thought process is, hey, if these other cats that normies don't know, 90 million, 336 million, and you ask the typical normie which cat do they know and like, they're going to say Krody, a lot of them. And for that reason, I think you can easily see Krody catch up above 50 million, 100 million, similar to these cat coins, which in my opinion are less known by normies, right? So this is the normie cat coin of this cycle, I think. And it just makes a lot of sense to me, especially with that whole Kendrick and Drake diss track that just dropped.
All right, listen, I'm going to give you I've got one more minute with you. So give me one call for the week that you want me to be watching. One call only. What should I be watching?
Dude, I'm sorry. This may not be dirty to you, but this is sound. This is the best bet in the entire market, in my opinion. That's Brett. Like, people may not understand how bullish this is, but I'm going to rely on these numbers. I'm going to rely on the logic to take me, obviously my position worth around 2.8 million. Watch, this will be a 50 million, 70 million, 80 million plus dollar position by the end of this bull run. And so
Crash will be the richest 16-year-old in the world when that happens. Just I want to say that for the record. Buddy, listen, I got to go. We are running out of time. So much love. We'll see you guys. You'll see you again next week on our meme show. We'll have much more time next week. I promise you. We'll see you again next week, sir. Much love, sir.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. Have a good one.
Today was fucking amazing. To get 𝗥𝗍, and then to get the guy from Mars, and then to get Crash, that was like amazing. I just want to remind you, today's shows are sponsored, and our last sponsor for today is actually an amazing meme coin. It's Jungle Doge, and the reason why Jungle Doge is so good is because it's the only Doge meme on Solana, and their narrative is not the hat stays on, but it's the feathers stay on. So it's like a real OG meme community. Amazing, recently launched. Someone says, has potential has potential to be the biggest Doge meme on Solana. And what they say also is they say that every Doge meme has always been successful because of the Doge community. So if Doge runs, then Doge on Solana will run. And then as long as the feathers stay on, then Jungle Doge will stay on. That's pretty much what they are. This is the chart. So you can see that is the correct chart. Was recently launched, very recently launched. $6.7 million market cap. Let's see how many holders it's got. It's got 9,000 holders. So it actually has grown quite quickly. So that is that. I also want to remind you of a few things before I go to this. I have to remind you of a few things. Number one, there are only 15 days. Less. There are 10 days to get your airdrop, your GUMMY airdrop on Bybit. So what you got to do, you got to sign up on Bybit over here using this link. Deposit money into your account. If you deposit $100, you automatically get the GUMMY airdrop. The GUMMY airdrop is valued at $2.25 million, guys. Just go and do it. Also, when you do that, register here, and then you can get, you get a whole lot of, 15 million GUMMY airdropped in 11 days. What the fuck? And if you trade over $500, you actually get money. The other thing is, I want to remind you that we are in this 𝗔𝗡𝗔𝗦 competition. 𝗔𝗔𝗔 is the bridge that allows you to move money from one blockchain to another blockchain. If you drop your Solana address right now in the chat, then I will send you free money by showing you how the bridge works. Remember I said to you that you are farming for points in 𝗔𝗔𝗔 and in GUMMY if you by just sending money from one blockchain to another. And I wanted to be the number 1 in the world. We are now number 35 in the world. Okay, so as a community, we've managed to get to number 35 in the world. I want to get to number 1 to prove a point. I want to prove how powerful we are. So if you want to use 𝗔𝗔𝗔, you literally go to 𝗔𝗔𝗔. There's a link below to make it easy for those of you. I see people saw what I was pressing here. Now they gummygames.com. I'm not saying anything. But you heard it here first. That was a bit of a slip. It shouldn't have happened, but doesn't matter. You click on this over here. You click on this link over here for 𝗔𝗔𝗔. Automatically then, if you use your 𝗔𝗔𝗔, you get points for their airdrop and for the GUMMY airdrop. Now, remember how this works, right? Basically, you can send money from any network. So you can say like ETH, BNB, Polygon, Arbitrum. And you can say like, I want to send USDC from ETH. Holy shit, where did I get 16,000 USDC here from? Wow, this is going to be a fun game. Okay, watch this. So now, I didn't know that I had 16,000 USDC in my wallet. Holy shit, that's like finding a sweet in your pocket. Okay, so what I'm going to do, oh no, it's 16 USDC. Oh man, that was such a bad one. I thought I had 16,000. I got 16. All right, so let's go back to ETH. So let's say I want to send ETH from the ETH network to USDC on the Solana network. And let's say I want to send, how many ETH have I got here? Let's quickly go see how many ETH I've got here. Let's say I want to send 0.0,05 to let's say I want to send it to USDC on the Solana network. USDC. No, hold on. Don't click that button. Hold on. Over here. USDC on Solana network. So I'll go 0.05. And I say I want to send it. That's $152. Who wants $152? Just drop a SOL address. Oh, they can't drop SOL addresses. You know why they can't drop SOL addresses? Because YouTube's caught onto us here, giving away money. Anyway, we'll do it tomorrow on a tweet. But remember, up until then, if you want to trade money, what you want to do is you want to do it here on 𝗔𝗔𝗔. And at the same time, you earn points for the 𝗔𝗔𝗔 airdrop and for the GUMMY airdrop. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Until then, bridge well, my friends. Bridge well. Bridge a lot. Bridge well. Let's get points.